Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Otis,
I'm Jerry.
and this is Two Guys Catching Up on Football. Kind of our weekly roundup. I tell you, that music just really gets me amped up. Ready to go play football myself. Yeah, no, not really. I'm just kidding. So, so anyway, we had a pretty good weekend of football, both college and pros. And so the new rankings are out. Um, and I agree with Oregon being number one,
Yeah, that's
but
a good call.
I know that coach, and he's going to lose one here shortly to somebody he should not. So, and they're in the Big Ten now. So there's a lot of Big Ten teams that could come up and beat them if they're
Oh
not
yeah,
having a good day. You
yeah,
know,
true.
so and nobody really expected Georgia to go through unbeaten through the SEC. And I think, does Oregon play Penn State next?
I am not sure. I was just trying to think. Does Oregon have a loss?
No,
No. Okay.
no, they don't have a
Then they
loss.
should be. Yeah, they will play Penn State, I believe.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's next or not, but I think they will play them at some point. I believe they play Ohio State at some point too.
Oregon?
Uh huh.
No, they already did. Remember, they beat them.
Oh, they did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
oh,
last week. Yeah,
oh,
you're.
yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
the Ohio State quarterback slid with on the final play, and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. So your light
But
has
Penn State they have not played.
your light has all of a sudden gone dim for some reason.
Oh, the sun probably. It's just time.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll
Yeah,
get through
shining right
this.
on my nose.
We'll get through this so we can still see you. Um, but Alabama's all the way down to 15th. So
Well,
unless a lot of people lose in front of them, I don't see them making it into the 12 team.
ooh, that's a bold call. I still think Alabama's going to sneak in. I'm not
I,
sure. Even with all their boosters, Michigan may not get in this year.
Michigan may not.
Yeah.
And Alabama has kind of shown that they are not one of the 12 best teams in the country. I mean, they've
No,
kind
for
of,
consistency, no. Yeah.
yeah, they've kind of shown that. So now I do need to mention this so that my brother Aaron will be happy. Clemson is on a roll.
Yeah, they're.
That's as far as I'm going with that. He's my brother and I love him, but I don't want to make him too happy. So,
Well, see, there's still a lot of what right? Indiana's even up there.
it,
You and I both mentioned Army and Navy. How about if one of them squeak in there into the top 12?
Indiana's actually 13th.
Or they're right there,
They're right there, but
undefeated.
they
Yeah,
should be higher up than that. I mean, they've been kind of handling their business like
yeah,
they should. But the committee is going to leave out Army or Navy
probably.
or Army
Yeah,
and
they,
Navy. I
yeah.
think Navy plays Notre Dame next. They do have them on the schedule. Uh, if they win that, that'll probably put them into the top 10,
I they
probably.
can't. I think they
And
can win
then
that.
Navy and Army have their annual game the day after Thanksgiving, and they both could be undefeated or with just one loss between the
Right.
two of them, which has been a long, I think it's probably been since the 40s since that's happened.
Yeah.
So, but they are service academies, and they really, I think Roger Staubach, no, there was what was his name? The running back for Navy who wound up being with the Raiders.
Napoleon
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 McCallum,
Kaufman.
Napoleon Kaufman.
Napoleon Kaufman. Kaufman.
Did he win the Heisman, or was he just considered for it?
Wow,
I
I don't remember.
I don't
Good career.
recall.
He had a
Okay,
good. He had a good career. I'd put it that way.
all right. So we got to keep talking while I type this in and see if we can find the answer. I think his name was Kaufman.
Yeah, Napoleon Kaufman.
Okay, so let's keep talking while I type this in. So anyway, it was a good college football Saturday.
I
No,
I do have.
no,
I believe.
he didn't win it. He was considered for it, but he didn't.
Okay.
He was, I
I
think he was
think
like second or
Navy,
third. Huh?
even though Navy's undefeated and they won, I believe they moved one spot backwards for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Probably because they're a service academy. Yeah.
yeah. Navy is 24th, and Army is 23rd. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They should be higher up than that. They should at least be above Alabama. I,
Well,
I mean, that's ridiculous. They're just
well,
barely
hopefully
above.
they both. Yeah, keep on. Hopefully they go into the game after Thanksgiving and they're undefeated.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
face
hope
one
so.
another.
I hope so. So now let's get into our favorite time of the year and our favorite teams. Broncos and Saints last Thursday. Who really cared?
Yeah.
Bo Nixon played well.
Yeah.
Enough said about that one. The Saints had everybody was in the hospital for the
Yeah.
Saints. I mean everybody. So they
Well,
should have won, and they
and
should have
remember the
won big.
Saints? Weren't the Saints? I think they started the year 2-0, and everybody was saying, "Wow,
They
they're really looking
they had
good."
scored 90 something
Whoa.
points in
Yeah.
2 games.
Yeah.
And then everybody started going to the
Yeah.
hospital. So it was
Yeah.
like, okay. And then this is a really who really gives a rip game. Jaguars and the Patriots, early Sunday morning. We don't need to say anything about that one. So let's move
Well, we
on.
can skip that one. That's a blah game. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this was a good game. Lions and Vikings.
Yeah.
Lions have proven Lions proved they were better, but Dan Campbell will be the reason that they don't make it to the Super Bowl. He will be the
We'll
reason.
probably agree with that after
Yeah.
last year too.
Yeah, after last year with him going forward when he shouldn't have,
Yeah.
with the lead, and then yesterday going for it early in the game, and where they were at. I mean, the players, I guess, are okay with it. Um, they don't seem to mind it so much.
Right.
But I thought he would have learned from last year's playoff game against the Niners. They could have represented the NFC, and they will represent the NFC this year if he doesn't blow it. Hey, so
I do. Right now, I'd probably say the Lions are the class of the NFC.
yeah, they're the
But
ones.
yes, their coach, who knows? And who knows with injuries moving forward also. We
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah.
so we'll see, and then the Vikings, they were going to have a bad game, so it was good that they had a bad game against a team that was better than they were, rather than losing to somebody they had no business losing to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that was okay, and then we had the Bills and the Titans, and really that was just a
Yeah, that's not good. I did see they played Mason Rudolph, the Titans. That's not good. Yeah.
no. When you gotta have a reindeer as your starting quarterback,
Yeah, go back to Will Levis, get him out of those mayonnaise commercials.
well, actually he's hurt. He's hurt.
Oh, okay.
That's why he didn't play.
Well, still get him out of those mayonnaise commercials. He's not doing anything. So
No, he's not. The only quarterback who has done anything, even with all the commercials he's done, is Patrick Mahomes,
true.
who still plays quality football.
Yeah, no,
The
true.
rest of them are they just lose focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So and then there were a bunch of games that were like, eh. Um, the Colts and the Dolphins. I mean, the Dolphins are not relevant, and they got and another quarterback got hurt,
Oh, on
and
Miami, I didn't even see that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Tyrod
Huntley, Tyler
Huntley,
Huntley.
Tyler Huntley. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got
they
hurt.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on their fourth quarterback now. So I applied to Mike McDaniel what I apply to Kyle Shanahan. You know players are going to get hurt. If you can't adjust your play calling or your plays to fit who you have,
True.
you can't be considered an offensive genius. So
Yeah, that's
hey,
true.
you're no better than you're no better than Arthur Smith, who is a good coach. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that he's not a good coach. He
Right.
is a good coach, but he's like nondescript. So
Oh
you
no,
might as
we were
well,
saying last week.
yeah, you might as
He
well say you're in
yeah.
that
Could
boat.
have he could be carrying hot dogs up in the stands, selling hot dogs, and you wouldn't. Nobody would blink an eye. Yeah.
No, nobody would even say anything. Um, the Seahawks are really good. I mean,
No, they're not.
yeah,
I don't think
okay.
they. Who
I,
they
I
beat?
I think they are, but
I
they
don't. I don't. I think the thing with the Seahawks, I'm not sure who they played yesterday.
the Falcons.
Well,
They beat them by 20.
that's a decent win, but
Yeah,
I still think if you put them divisionally, Niners will beat the Seahawks every day.
they kind of have their number.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we had the Packers and the Texans, which was a
yeah,
good game.
yeah.
Um, and
That,
I am happy to see Jordan Love play well because Aaron Rodgers tried the Brett Favre approach and tried to hold the Packers hostage.
oh yeah,
And just like the Packers told Favre, you know what? We're going to let this kid go ahead and play.
yeah.
And Rodgers was 6-10 his first year,
Right.
but he got it done. I think
Yeah.
that was the last time I really liked him. So I liked him because I
That's
wanted
20
him,
years ago, probably.
yeah, I wanted him to do well just to show Favre up.
Yeah, true.
And I want Love to do well just to show Rodgers up.
Oh, I think they did. I think the Packers definitely can tell Rodgers,
Yeah,
"Hey, look at us and look at yourself." So yeah.
yeah. They got to send Rodgers a note saying, "Hey, Aaron, kiss my Packer behind.
Oh
Just
yeah,
kiss it,
definitely.
kiss it, kiss it." And then I'm gonna give you. No, I'm not gonna give you any time on this one. Bengals and Browns. This
Oh,
one, if you had texted me after the opening kickoff and said this one's over, I would not have argued with it. Because when I saw what happened, because I was on Red Zone at the time,
only
and when I
touchdown.
saw what
Yeah,
happened, I went, "Yeah, this one's
this
over."
is over. They
Yeah,
can't. Here's my play Dorian Thompson Robinson at quarterback.
yeah,
See what he has. Don't waste your time with Winston. We already know what he can do. He's not the future.
yeah,
And move forward. And
yeah.
that's it. The
Because
season for the Browns. I'm actually was amused this morning. I saw some people saying they still need to trade for Flacco because they need the team needs to win right away. You're 1-6. They're not going 10-2, even if they have Tom Brady at quarterback. It ain't
no,
happening. Season's
no,
over.
no. It's over. It's done with. Let
Well, see,
Robinson play, get a better position to draft one of the quarterbacks
yeah,
coming
I
out.
agree totally. Yeah.
Yeah, you might
Yeah, we
wind up.
went straight to the Browns, and I had a solar eclipse. All of a sudden, I went totally. Even my screen, you'd start talking about the Browns, and I disappear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And so, and then this was also, they should have won and they did. Eagles, Giants. Um, and Saquon ran for 180 yards maybe yesterday or something like that.
I don't. I'm not.
Let me see. Hold on a second. It's right
I
here.
think the Eagles.
He ran for
180.
176.
I think the
He
Eagles.
ran for 176. So that
I
was
think the
good.
Eagles can make the playoffs,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's all I would do in the playoffs. I'm giving it to Barkley. Giving
I
him
give it to him
25.
a lot.
Yeah,
Because
25, 30 carries.
yeah, because he's never had. I think he only had 17 carries.
Wow.
17 carries for 100. He has never run behind a line that is this good. And
And
so
now, right? Because Daniel Jones got benched. Who did they play?
um uh okay, now I gotta
Yeah,
look.
you're gonna have to look it up because I can't
Yeah,
think of it at all.
I'll have to look.
It's got to
Uh,
be some nobody.
oh yeah, it was nobody.
Yeah.
Um, who was it? Who was it? Drew Lock.
Well, I don't
No,
know.
he's not. He's not good. Don't even
Okay,
think.
let's leave it alone.
Don't just leave that alone. Don't even think
Yeah.
about it. You give yourself a headache, and then if Rams squeak one out against the Raiders yesterday, the Rams they got nobody. I
No,
mean,
they're another one. I don't know who Stafford's throwing to. I don't think. Well, I think Cooper Cup came back.
no, no.
Oh, he
And
did
they
not
were
yet.
hoping he would play yesterday. He didn't. So they're hoping for
Yeah.
this week. They've got Tutu Atwell and Kyron
Puka's
Williams is
not
a
playing.
yeah. Kyron Williams is a good running back, but people are stacking the line against him. I think he's averaging like
Yeah.
3.5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
He has no room without Cup and Nakua. He just
Yeah.
doesn't have
True.
the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then the Commanders should have won. They did even though Jaden Daniels went down. Um,
Well, hopefully he
I
is.
was really, I was kind of wondering if he would even make it halfway through the season before he got hurt. So he had a rib injury, so they're hoping he'll play Sunday, but I think they should just leave him alone and just let him sit it out. And because I don't know
If
who
it's
they
not
have
a
next.
division game, I'd rest him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's
And
yeah.
then 49ers and Chiefs. I'll go back to it again.
If they-
Shanahan is not a genius if he can't adjust his game plan to fit who's there. He should know. This isn't his first year as a head coach. He should know players get hurt, and you've got to be able to adjust on the fly. Um, I never really thought before, but I'm gonna say this. Purdy is a system quarterback. If he doesn't have the guys on the outside, because
Well, he- you know,
defenses now know if they take that first and second read away from him, he can't adjust on the fly.
yeah.
Then he holds the ball too long, then he winds up getting sacked.
Yeah.
So they
But
know that.
now, what
So
are we doing with Purdy next year? Are we going with? Let's go with Purdy with a Baker Mayfield deal, maybe 30 million.
I wouldn't even sign him to a new deal. They got him for one more
But
year.
who's your quarterback?
He will be. They got him for one more year. I would make him earn a new deal.
Oh,
And if he
yeah.
doesn't, then you got to
You
move
can
on.
tag him.
But I
Right.
also think maybe Lynch should really consider again who you're going to get otherwise. But I'm not so sure Shanahan's the guy. When when everybody is healthy, he runs a great offense. When everyone's not healthy, you
Well,
know what he's going to do, and he doesn't have the players to do it. So that's
I
all
do
I'm
think
gonna.
that,
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
I think the Niners miss Steve Wilks. I do. I think Shanahan might have pointed fingers at him, but
Oh sure,
the defense was better with Steve Wilks. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. So, and then we got this guy is like Rasputin, Mike Tomlin. He's like Rasputin. You can't kill him, and he doesn't. I mean, you poison him, you beat him across the head with a club, you shoot
Right.
him. Finally, after all that, you drown him. But then he's only dead for like
That's
30
true.
minutes. And
He's
so,
you might have watched. You remember? I think I've only seen it once, but that old movie with Sean Connery called Highlander, where the
oh yeah,
guy he just
he's
yeah
he's he's Highlander. He's
yeah he's
Highlander.
immortal. He cannot die.
He cannot die.
And both you and I, he got us even because that game started. We both said he's making a mistake. You stick with
Yeah,
Fields, and he looks like a genius. He plays Russ Wilson, and Russ plays great. So
and I think Arthur Smith adjusted play calling to fit him, and I think he did. Because a couple of the plays he called last night, he probably would not have called for
yeah,
Justin Fields.
yeah,
And
true.
so I think he adjusted some of the play calls last night. But that kind of goes back to Tomlin, who has a good staff, who
Yeah,
doesn't who doesn't make excuses.
no,
Matter of fact, someone asked him, "Do you think that there are guys who don't want to play for you because your Friday practices before a game are harder than anybody else in the NFL?" He goes, "Yeah." He said, "But the truth is, I don't want them. If they don't want to come here and
yeah,
give me
exactly.
everything you got on a Friday,
Yeah,
don't want them, don't need them, I'll win with whoever's here." And he does.
that's
So
true.
even and I think we talked about this before, even if Justin Fields and Russ Wilson are just average, they're still tons better than who he had. I
Oh,
mean,
okay, that's true. Yeah,
they're better than Duck. They're better
yeah,
than the
Duck.
reindeer. They're better than
Yeah,
Trubisky. They're better
yeah,
than Kenny Pickett.
yeah.
I
No,
mean,
that's true.
they're better than all of them, even if they're just average.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
it
true.
was it was great. The defense did set him up with one touchdown, but other than that, the offense
Yep.
worked and did what they had to do to score. And then the defense, once they came back and got the lead, they were the Pittsburgh Steeler defense. So that was good. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna call Tomlin from now on, Rasputin. So, and then we got the Ravens and Buccaneers tonight, which I think might be a better game than maybe you might think. Although it kind of depends. If the Buccaneers can get to King Henry before he gets ahead of steam,
Right.
and which game was it? He was held to 46 yards against Kansas City.
Oh,
He was held to like 46 or
you know,
56 yards.
I'm
So,
trying to think back. Uh, I'm gonna give Baker some credit. Baker, I think, to my memory, plays well or did versus Lamar.
he did. He did.
So I'm gonna go with Tampa in a squeaker.
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds good. I'll go with the Ravens. I'm going to go with them. So, And then this game is a win. We shouldn't even talk about a game because it's on ESPN Plus. We can't even watch it. And so, yeah, I'm not getting ESPN Plus just to get this game.
No.
And it's the Chargers and the Cardinals. I mean,
No,
come
I'm
on.
not yet. Nobody's.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
If it was the Ravens and Chiefs, oh, okay. Maybe I, maybe
maybe.
I,
Yeah.
maybe I pay for it for one night and then cancel
Well, we're gonna
the
have
subscription.
Harbaugh and the Smurf. Yeah. So.
That, I'll watch the highlights. It should be a fun game. Yeah. So anyway, buddy. So
Well, we
that,
did miss. One of the things I got a kick out of was supposedly before the game, the Jets and who'd they play last night? Pittsburgh.
uh-huh.
Rodgers apparently said, "Oh no, all I did was I was communicating with Devontae. I didn't know about a trade or anything. And Devontae on the phone told me, guess what? I'm on my way to New York." Now, come on.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of baloney, you know?
Yeah. That was a lie. He
Yeah.
knew about it.
Yeah.
You know.
You know,
But
I think the Jets, I do love the Jets are going all in on a 40-year-old quarterback and a 31-year-old. I don't even think Devontae is what he used to be.
no.
We'll see. But
We'll see. Right now, Rogers can't point fingers at anybody except for himself,
yeah, it's his team.
because they
People
have
know
given
that.
him everything that he's asked for, and they're still 2-5.
Yeah.
As our old friend Bill Parcells said, your record, you are what your record says.
That's who
it
you
is.
are, yeah.
Yeah, that's who you are.
I mean, yeah, you think of that. They got 10 more games left. If you just even go 6-4, you're done. You finish 8-9.
Yeah, they'd have to go 9-1, and nothing that they've done so far this year
No, Buffalo's a better team than them.
even
in
says that they
division.
could even come close to it. So
Yeah, no, I don't see it either.
yeah, so all right,
And I
buddy.
hope the Robert Saleh, the defense doesn't look any good anymore because Robert Saleh's gone. So take that, Aaron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So all right, buddy. Well, thank you. Another fine day. I'm trying to remember next week we'll have to go on Sunday because Monday I'm doing a
Yeah, I
tournament.
can do that.
Yeah, Monday
The
I'm doing a
following
tournament.
week, I'm going to have to stretch it all the way till Tuesday or Wednesday
Oh, okay,
because I'll be out of town.
okay.
I'll be booing whoever's booing the Browns in person. So
All right. All right. No problem. All right, buddy. Well, let me get our traveling music started. All right. Another fine week we got here. I'm Otis,
I'm Jerry.
and this is Two Guys Catching Up on Football. Ciao.
Peace.